Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. We are going to do some live readings for donations. Maybe I'll give away couples. Maybe we'll do a little trauma spotting. But if you feel like you want to choose to spend some time, some of the personals may also resonate with you, and they may not. But anyways, thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who is booking, making purchases off the website, sending things to the P.O. box, tipping the Clarista pledges to the Patreon, and purchases off the wish list. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But anyways, yeah. All right, guys. I know I'm just gonna I just thought I'd show up and see what everyone kind of wanted to do. We can do trauma spotting. We can do some readings. We can do, I don't know. What do you want to do? Hello. I know you're there. Hello. Okay, Jenny. So trauma spotting is a somatic healing modality. Um, People say it's a lot like EMDR, but it's not. I'm not sure exactly. I've never done EMDR, but what it is it's very similar to brain spotting. We use the optic nerve to access the subconscious mind, and we kind of activate ourselves or trigger ourselves in some type of way to find the wound in our body. We connect those two, and then like the somatic healing is like the life force energy, the kind of like Reiki that comes in. And everyone has a different experience. So, but the way that it looks is I usually will like ask a question. It's a generalized question, and typically something will come to mind. And we'll look for where you're feeling that in your body, and then from there we'll find a gaze point. After that, you'll just hold your gaze point and allow the process. Your body is a machine, so it can heal itself, and if you're connecting the two right energies, plus with the divine work as well. Some people have like aha moments. They kind of go back in time. Some people, it's just a somatic thing. There's nothing going on, cognitively or anything like that. But it's a healing modality. It's, really good for complex trauma. And it has, changed my life, basically. But our body holds a score. So a lot of our wounds and trauma and things that we've experienced is actually, it's not only stored in the subconscious mind, also like in the conscious mind, but also in your body. And so it's important that we kind of release that as well. And also just change the subconscious programming. I think that not to, talk therapy is very good for the conscious mind, but it is also important to kind of pair that with somatic therapy as well, so that you can release the energy from your body also. But yeah, it's very good. It's very good. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Sylvia. Hey, Rose. Hey, Janine. Is that helpful? Did I explain it well? I'm not very good at explaining it. I'm more of the type of like, let me show you. Because literally everyone's experience with it is different. But I don't think I've ever seen somebody necessarily not have some type of like breakthrough with it as well. I've been doing it for I'd say like 2.5 years now, and it's significantly changed my life. And by significantly, I mean like my life is completely different. uh, and yeah, it's very cool. And not only like my physical life also, but my like internal world, yeah. Janine, yeah. It always seems like there's something there, yeah. Um, So it's probably something that you definitely want to be still with. I mean, we could try it. Uh, if you think that you can like walk and like focus on your body at the same time. I think the gaze point might not be super necessary if you can just keep your focus on what you're feeling in your body. I've never done it in motion, uh, but it's not to say that it's not possible. If you guys are wanting to do trauma spotting, we can do one for a few and see how that goes for sure. Up to you though, right? Like, you know, I just felt guided to show up, so I did. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so yeah, we will just, so I'm going to start with asking the kind of somewhat, triggering question. Janine's like, okay, here we go. Hey, Crystal, we were talking about doing some trauma spotting. I don't know if you're in or not, but so I'll ask this question. Yeah, so trauma spotting, like through the website, booking it is one-on-one. We do that live through Zoom. But so I'm going to ask this question, sorry, and then we'll find the activation in your body. Okay. So, and whatever comes to mind first is what we're going to be working on. And this could be like a certain time in your life. It could be a specific memory. It could be just a feeling that you have. The activation, the trigger could be different for everyone. So, has there ever been a time in your life when you didn't feel loved, seen, safe, heard, or cared for? And I'm just going to give you a minute. Whatever comes to mind first is what we're going to work on. And and once you kind of have that, in your mind, I want you to drop your focus down into your body and see where you're feeling that, right? So, an activation in your body can feel like an emptiness, a numbness. It can feel like just a focus, right? It could feel like a heaviness or like a shooting pain. It could also be tingly. So go ahead and find that activation in your body and give me a thumbs up when you've found that, and we'll move forward. I love you, Janine. Okay, so now that you have found that, I want you to now, whatever you prefer to do here is fine. Um, it is good to find a gaze point, but you don't always have to do that. If you feel guided in your own experience to simply just close your eyes, or you know, you know, Jenny, you're walking, so pay attention to where you're going. But, what we're going to do for everyone else is we're going to find your gaze point. So I want you to scan the room with your eyes, from right to left. And wherever um, that activation in your body feels the strongest, I want you to kind of keep your focus there and then maybe even take your eyes up or down. Um, and again, wherever you're feeling it the strongest, allow your eyes to rest there. And again, you can close your eyes, you can place a hand on wherever you're feeling. And during this process, that sensation in your body, it may move around. I just want you to follow it with your mind, okay? So I'm going to allow you to kind of find your gaze point. And in the meantime, I'm going to find some very soothing music that we're going to put on. Um, Here we go. And here we go. For those of you coming in, we are still going to do readings for donation. Going to do this trauma spotting for a few more minutes, and then we'll get to the readings, okay? Rose, I've got you on the list, babe. Okay. Go ahead and bring yourself back to the now. Maybe wiggle your toes. Rub your hands together. I got this message in the middle. I don't know who it's for. Somebody could have been working on this, but you don't have to be perfect to be successful. Okay? You don't have to be perfect to be successful. Okay. Good job. Sorry, I almost like rushed into the readings, but good job, guys. I don't mean to do that. Yeah, make sure that you are, over the next few days, there'll be an integration. If you feel like there's still, an energy that's being released here, you can rewind and go back and kind of start over to where the music started. Okay, and continue to sit with it. Drink lots of water. This can be kind of sometimes when your body's working hard like that, and also there's a mixture of divine energy kind of all up in there, can be a little bit heavy on the body. So you may, if you're feeling like you need to get some rest, allow yourself to do so if you can. But other than that, good job. Good job. If anybody wants to share their experience, they're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, I am going to go ahead and just jump into these readings. You're welcome, Jenny. I hope that it was helpful even in the walking state. You'll have to let me know how that went. Like I said, I've always only done it being still. Maybe you have I'm guessing you are able to focus much better than I am. We're going to kind of turn that back on, that music, because why not? And then we've got Rose and we've got Bridget on the list here. Rose wants to know if she should take the work opportunity that she's being offered. Should Rose take the work opportunity? I would say yes. Four of Wands, yes. This is like a portal. This work opportunity is like a portal for you. Yep, Six of Swords, leading you from one space to another. Notice how she's running out of the darkness into the light here, Rose. Yeah, it's going to be very stable. It's going to be very solid. It's definitely going to take you, I feel like it's going to take you to maybe some unexpected places, or, and this may not be actually through work. I'm not exactly sure, like, as far as they're going, but I feel like it's like a portal. I don't know how to explain it, but the answer is an absolute yes. I'm covered in goosebumps for sure. Absolute yes, Rose. Okay. Bridget, my darling. Thank you, Rose, for donating. Thank you, Bridget, also for donating. Also, thank you, everyone, for just being here. And again, participating. Participating in the trauma spotting. Proud of you for doing that. All right. What does Bridget need to know? What does Bridget need to know? Okay, so there's something that, and it's not bad, but there's something that I feel like you're overlooking. Again, not bad. It's almost like this energy, like, look how she's like looking through these like books, or like moving these books to the side. And I'm picking up on this energy where it's like underneath those books is like some sort of discovery or some sort of, and it doesn't necessarily feel like this is something internal. I feel like it's actually like external here, where it's like, I don't know if it's like it feels like a discovery of some type, like, or like an idea comes from this, or like something, it feels like something that maybe, I don't know if you knew you were looking for it or not, but yeah, it's like, but it's like with this Nine of Pentacles here, after that, it's like some sort of discovery of something, whether it be like a direction or an idea or something like that, and then followed up by like, like kind of getting to work on this here. Okay. But it's like I said, it's almost like, or maybe it's like something that you lost, is being found. And that, I feel like if that's the case, Bridget, I feel like that is something inside of you, right? It could be like your oomph, your drive, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, there it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's really kind of what I'm just really picking up on, an energy of like, oh, there it is. And I feel like this is coming, there's something about that, Bridget, where, I feel like it's just, maybe these books are kind of symbolizing what's in your face, like on a daily basis, right? Kind of like the normal things. It's like moving those things to the side, and then it's like, boom, oh, there it is, right? And then Knight of Pentacles, like forward movement on whatever this is, some sort of action towards whatever this is. And this could just be something that you, like a hobby. I don't know what this is, but it feels like it's something that is important, definitely. But it's like, I think it's going to bring a lot of balance. Things may be feeling a little imbalanced, and I think it's just because there's just like this missing piece, and I feel like whatever that missing piece is, it's like, I feel like you're going to find it. Like, oh shit, if it were a snake, it would have been me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type of energy. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. So again, it doesn't. It doesn't feel bad at all that it feels like divine timing that you're kind of like stumbling upon this here, but it's like, yeah, I think I'm over explaining myself. Well, I feel like you're going to discover what it is here. Okay, I feel like this discovery is coming for you, right? And there's like this energy of maybe the books are symbolizing the way that you're currently looking at it, right? And it's like maybe you need to look at it, like whatever it is, like a little bit differently, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe the books are like signifying like some sort of like traditional belief, and maybe you need to perceive it differently or something like that. You know what I mean? But there's something, yeah. Or maybe it's like, especially if you're like, like using cards, like maybe rather than like using the card, like, because, for example, like this is an Eight of Cups. That's not the energy I really got off of it at all. Was like the act, like the book meaning of the Eight of Cups was not really, well, I guess maybe if, like, if there was some sort of emotional attachment to these old beliefs or something like that, maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about like seeing something outside of the box, like looking outside of the box or something like that. And I think you're going to just be like, oh shit. you know? You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. How is everyone doing today? That was the only two we had on the list so far, so does anybody want a free one? Because why not? You're doing awesome. I love that, Crystal. Okay, Deborah, what's your question? Oh, no problem at all, Rose. Did you get your message though? I'll be honest, oh, it was a big yes. I almost forgot. Okay, what does Deborah need to know? You can, Crystal, if you want to, but don't feel obligated. You know, I'll definitely get to as many of you as I can. But we're gonna start with Deborah and then go from there. All right, what does Deborah need to know? Okay, so Deborah, I kind of get this energy where currently you could be feeling, I don't know, not completely, but maybe like a little like lost or stranded. I'm picking up with this Five of Pentacles. This, you know, this sometimes talks about abandonment. I feel like there's an energy of maybe like kind of feeling like you're out on an island, like maybe like lost in the woods by yourself, and you're uncertain of like a direction to go in. But most importantly about this is I feel like there are people that left you there in a certain situation, and you know what I mean? It's like I just feel like there were people that kind of like left you stranded in some type of way, whether it be like emotional or, you know, in the physical. I just get the sense. And so as far as this goes, like, you know, your question was, what do you need to know about your future? Is like, this could be like a current energy for you, but I feel like, you know, in the future, there is this justice. Okay. Which is telling me that it's like, you're not always going to be in this position. Okay, and that you are going to be in a position in which you are feeling grounded and stable and secure again. You know, notice how she's kind of like outside in the cold, right? But in here, it looks like she's in a very warm and comfy house. So I'm kind of picking up on this energy of like your current situation is certainly not going to be your forever situation, and that with this justice here, it makes me feel like there's some sort of like scales being balanced, but also too, you know, she's kind of giving this grin of like, you know, I bet they, you know, they said I couldn't and I fucking did it, you know what I mean, like that type of energy. So whatever this is, that's, you know, this is really what's coming through for you, Deborah, is, you know, keep your chin up, keep going, okay, because you are, you know, heading towards this kind of like this, you know, a place of overflow, a place of happiness, and like creating it on your own here, okay? Oh, we did trauma spotting. Um, no big deal. Okay. I forget who else was on there. I know I've got Crystal, and then let's see. We'll do Crystal, and then we'll go from there. Crystal, what did you want to know, my dear? Good. I love that. Oh, no, it's okay. You can go back and you can still do the trauma spotting. Okay, Crystal wants to know, what is she supposed to be doing right now? What is Crystal supposed to be doing right now? That was the Six of Pentacles that kind of came out. It flipped out and flipped back over. And the Six of Pentacles is sometimes, it's, you know, it's giving. But the reason it flipped back over, it makes me feel like, I don't know, Crystal, if you're kind of in this space of like, for some reason, I feel like there's an energy of like maybe over giving in a certain situation, possibly. I feel like you're definitely being guided to like cut that out in some type of way. Being a giving person is a beautiful thing, but I feel like there could be somebody that is, or maybe it's not somebody that's necessarily a taker, but maybe it's just this energy of I feel like it's like there's this energy of like you need to focus on what you need right now rather than what somebody else needs or what you think somebody else needs. Yeah, I feel like there's a boundary that needs to be created. It's not to say that like you shouldn't be giving in this situation, but I think that there needs to be boundaries. And this could be, I don't know who this is. This could be because I'm also picking up a little bit of like innocence. So maybe it's your kids, right? Maybe you're like giving, you know, not to say that you could ever really give your kids too much, but also at the same time, like I said, I don't know who it is because, like I said, it does feel like the other end is a little, you know, it's giving a little bit of innocence, you know, so it's like, I'm not sure that this person necessarily realizes the situation or something like that, but I definitely feel like, you know, some sort of boundaries here, okay, are important. And you know, kind of this energy of like taking charge, like, okay, so, you know, because it almost feels like this energy could be trying to run the situation here. Is this making sense? I don't know who this is or who it would be, but it's definitely an energy of like, you know, make sure your boundaries are set with this person and make sure that you're doing for yourself first, right? Anna, I will add you to the list. We'll do you next, dear. Yeah. You're welcome. But yeah, that's That's what's coming through for you, darling. Again, I'm not sure that they necessarily have bad intentions. It feels like, you know, don't put yourself out for somebody else. You know what I mean? And this could be literally energetically. It could be, I don't know. You know what I mean? Got to take care of you though. Oh shit. Good, Crystal. Oh no, you're fine, Anna. That's your timing is perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, my darling. Okay. And again, it's not to say that we don't want to give to others, right? We all know that that's just as important as giving to ourselves, but there has to be boundaries and there has to be balance. And you know, and you have to you can't continue to pour into others unless if you have nothing to pour from, you know? So that's the importance of it, you know? Anyways, you're welcome, Crystal. Thank you. Okay, so Anna's question, if I'm supposed to pose a question, it would be how to move forward, least resistance. Okay, so Anna needs messages on how to move forward with the least resistance. Okay, Five of Wands. There's obviously some sort of something happening here. Seven of Swords. Some sort of possible deception or something. Let's see. Messages for Anna on how she should move forward with the least resistance. Ooh. You know, and going back to the giving, make sure that you keep in mind too, right, that you can only give what you have, you know. Giving comes in many different forms. Okay, sorry, Anna, back to you. Um, Hold on. There is this energy of kind of like expectation of like maybe something kind of, I don't want to say like in a like something blowing up, but there is kind of I sense a little bit of worry of around something. Like of how something is going to turn out or how okay. Okay. But there's almost like this expectation. And I think that there's an energy of like needing to like release this expectation. And I think that's how you'll move forward with the least resistance here. Okay. Because I am getting kind of this energy of like, man, I feel like this could go a one of two ways. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. And, you know, it's almost like a response, like waiting for some sort of like, it's, I don't know that it's this, but it's like, you know, when like people who are like in the spotlight or something who are well known, you know, and something kind of like scandalous comes out about them, whether it's true or not, right? the response from other people can go one of two ways. This is the energy that I'm feeling. And not to say that this is your situation, but this is the energy that's coming through. And it's kind of like, I know there's going to be a response, but I don't, and so it's like this encouragement of releasing the expectation around what that response could be. You know what I mean? Because it may turn out better than thought. Does that make sense? And again, I don't know if it's necessarily a response, but that was just the example that was coming through. Hey, Gary, happy birthday. Whose birthday? Flo, it's your birthday? Rose, I'm trying to remember the cards that came out. It was the Four of Wands and the Six of Swords. The Four of Wands can sometimes talk about family. Okay, so I don't know if that's helpful. Oh, nice. Well, you deserve it for sure. Okay, good. Good. Oh, I love that crystal. I'll probably take myself to get mine redone here soon, too. Just wanted him to breathe, in between for a little bit. Got to take care of them. And they're still like, even though the dip, it doesn't cut into your nail, they're still, you can still tell it was there. You know what I mean? What colors you been getting, Crystal? Fall colors or what? Oh, I can do another free one. The paid ones are caught up. We can do another free one. Yeah, Rainwater. Do you mind sharing your Aw, thank you. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, Rainwater, what's your question? And then do you mind telling me your first name, if that's okay? I guess maybe you don't have to, but ooh, Barbie Pink, I love that. What I do today, I've just been working. Just been working. Typical Thursday, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Hey, Gwen, do you have a specific question? And then Amy in Texas will get you next. I do rest. I get rest. Okay, should Gwen stay in her current situation or move on, please? I think you should move on. Retreat. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you should move on. Kind of pull back your energy with this Hermit card. Kind of go, and it's not to say that it's forever, right? But I do feel like after this, there is some sort of surprise coming. But whatever the current situation is, it does feel like there is some sort of illusion around it or something like that. You know what I mean? Hey, Holly. I be resting at nighttime, Tink. When it's bedtime, I go night-night. Get my beauty sleep. Sometimes I take a nap. You're welcome. I figured that's what it was, Gwen. I figured you already knew, and it was just you just need somebody else to validate that, and I am 100% here for that. Okay, Amy in Texas, what is your question, love? Thank you. All right, what is Amy? You're welcome. What does Amy need to know about career? Anything about career, advice, information, anything like it. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands with the Justice here. And what I'm trying to figure out, I feel like there's this energy of either you are currently in a career or you recently left a career, or there's something about being in a position where I think you were really taken advantage of. Like they just, it was like an energy of just like take, you know, and you weren't really, and it's really kind of, you know, drained you in some type of way. With this Justice here, it feels like something's going to balance out, but I don't, and then we have this Knight of Cups. Notice how he's like kind of daydreaming here. I don't know, Amy, if there's something that you desire to do, but maybe you're not sure how to make that happen. I get the sense that this is like absolutely doable here. But for some reason, I feel like there's an energy of like maybe waiting on others to support you in this, Amy. And if you're doing that, you're going to wait forever. So I really feel like there's an energy of like you're being encouraged to kind of like, be your own. With the Seven of Wands, it's kind of like be your own cheerleader. You know what I mean? Kind of like be your own, sticking up for yourself, sticking up for your, what it is that you feel like you deserve, and things like that here, right? Like you may have to kind of like, stick up for yourself here, but justice, like, this will turn out in your favor. It will. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Whoops. Whoopsie poopsies. For all the times you stood by me. I love that song. That's crazy. That's so funny. Yeah, no. Oh, gosh. You guys. I love you guys. Does anybody else want a free one? Look at you, Tink. Getting on to me about rest. I was perfectly fine, and now I'm yawning. Sure. My condolences, Crystal. Losing a friend is really hard. I mean, losing anyone is really hard, but I don't know. Sometimes it's harder to lose a friend than a family member simply because the friend became more family than family, you know? Ooh, Janine. Let's see. Can Janine trust her younger son? Let's get a yes or a no. One card, please. Yes. You are picking up on, I do feel like there is something that he may be hiding, but I don't think it's something that's necessarily bad. With the Moon card and the Three of Cups in the Tower, there is something, but we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, which makes me feel like he is being honest, but he may be keeping something from you. It really feels more like a surprise with this Three of Cups being here, but it doesn't necessarily, I don't feel like it's, yes, you are picking up on something that is kind of behind the scenes energetically, but you can trust him. I love that, Crystal. You're welcome, Janine. I think you're going to find out. I do feel like you'll get some sort of phone call. It's like, I don't feel like he's going to keep it from you forever. But, yeah. Hmm. And I don't know why I feel like saying this, but for those of you that kind of like get messages through music, somebody needs to know that it's a passed over loved one that is sending them their music and not necessarily somebody that's living. I don't know who that's for, but it just came through while we were talking about I don't know. I don't know why. Um Tink, did you have a question? Oh, for sure. You're welcome. Oh, I love that. Okay, what does Tink need to know? What does Tink need to know? Okay. Whoa. I feel like you're going to get some really exciting news, Tink. Yeah, some super exciting news. And I don't know what this is about, but I do. I feel like you're going to be excited. I feel like you may be, I don't know, celebrating in some type of way. I just feel like you're going to be like really happy. But this may come like over a phone call or like something like that. In the meantime, relax, okay? But there is some really exciting news that I think is going to make you really, really happy. Okay, but I feel like it could come through some sort of phone call or something like that. Um, but yeah, yeah. Yeah, huh? Don't deny it, okay? Seriously, we have the Justice, the Tower, the Star, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, the Two of Wands. This is really good news coming. Something that's really exciting that's going to make you very happy. Okay? Jay. Is Jay gonna be winning something? No, don't die. You can't die before the good news comes, goofball. Okay, is Jay... Have a good evening, Gary. Is Jay going to win something? Is Jay going to win something? Whatever on Jay's mind. Is he or she going to win something? Seven of Wands, I feel like that's a 50-50 shot. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think maybe so. Three of Swords in reverse with the Queen of Swords. I think it looks really good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, with the Tower with the Seven of Pentacles, I would say there is a very, 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 very high probability that you are not going to be upset with whatever the outcome of this situation is. You're a she? Okay. Oh, well, then that makes sense with this Queen of Swords. Yes, I would say yes. You're welcome. Love you too. Ooh, Jacqueline, I love that name. Yeah, it's like you get good news and you get good news and you get good news and you're going to win something and you get and your son is trustworthy and you're welcome. Oh. All right, let's see. What is all I need to know about justice for her husband? What is all I need to know about justice for her husband? Okay, so we've got the Nine of Swords, which I definitely feel like is your energy. Okay, but also two nines are endings. Okay. Five of Cups. The Hierophant. Whoa, okay, crazy. So this is really weird. I don't really know how this is going to play out, but see how there's like this Nine of Swords and this Five of Cups. See those two girls in those pictures? And then look at this Hierophant card and how they look like those exact girls, but those girls are like meeting. Okay. There is something about, I would assume possibly you, Holly, and maybe somebody else, somebody that I have a feeling that you do not know at this time. Coming together, Eight of Pentacles, and working on figuring something out. Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant here. I almost, there's an energy of, it's like there's somebody else, and it's not to say that there was like a third party or anything, and this doesn't even have to be a female, but it feels like there was somebody else who was also, but again, I don't know that you necessarily know this person, which is confusing because you're like married to him. But it doesn't feel like, you know, this is like scandalous or anything. But it feels like this person, you know, this could be somebody who was like a bystander or like, you know what I mean? Like just somebody, but it feels like you come in contact with somebody, like I said, that is like some sort of like, and I feel like, this person is also affected by this somehow, right? Like, say, for instance, if this person was like a bystander, right? They're now kind of haunted by, I don't know, because they're in this Five of Cups, you're in this Nine of Swords energy. But it's like two people coming together, and I don't know. It's like this person has some sort of information that other people do not, and it's like you two coming together, bringing what you have together. Somehow I do feel like down the road there is some sort of like justice that comes, or some sort of like, it really feels like you guys kind of like get into it, or something, not like get into it, but like you like dive into like the rabbit hole that is this case, right? Like and yeah, so there is an energy of like, and I feel like this is actually going to happen in divine timing, God bringing you two together. So yeah, I just heard like, don't give up yet here, okay? Because there's somebody that is not, that has some sort of information that hasn't been accounted for yet, or they, you know what I mean? Like, or they just, I don't know, but somehow you come into contact with this person and this comes up. I don't know how. God, I don't know, but yes. Mhm. Mhm. My gosh, Holly. Make sure you're taking good care of yourself. I can see that you're, because this Nine of Swords energy, that's, I feel like that's, or maybe it's like a police officer or something that comes in contact with this person or something. But there is a missing piece, like a missing person. There's like like somebody that has some sort of information that hasn't been discovered quite yet. They will be, though. They will be. And I feel like with this King of Swords, the King of Swords is oftentimes like a police officer or detective or somebody in some sort of law enforcement. I feel like with that and the Chariot here, it's like I feel like they may kind of be, I don't know, it feels like they may be onto something, or they're going to be, or this is going to put them onto something here. So whether it's you or this, somebody in some sort of investigative position, okay, comes in contact with this person, there's somebody still out there that knows something that, yeah. Rhoda, no, you can just donate whatever you feel guided to do. So I'm also just giving some free, whatever you feel guided to do works for me. What time is it? 1:46. I probably gotta go soon anyways. You're welcome, Holly, and I'm sending you so much love. If I know anything, look, we have justice here. If I know anything, there will be justice, okay? It may take a few years, but, it's already been a few years, and I feel like I said, there is still somebody that hasn't been accounted for. And this person wasn't a part of it, right? I don't feel like they were a part of it. I just feel like they were like aware, right? And again, I don't know that this person even knew who your husband was. It just, they were, and it could have been a situation where they didn't say anything because maybe they were afraid they would come after them next. I don't know. But yeah. Gosh, I'm covered in goosebumps. But yeah, this person will pop up, okay? So just keep praying, just keep and when you get in those modes where it's very overwhelming for you. Um, I feel like try to I'm trying to give some good advice because I don't necessarily, especially if it's like an overwhelming feeling where it's like possibly sending you into seizures, I would never suggest sit with that feeling. Like, no, that doesn't seem right. And maybe this is an energy of like, maybe sit with that feeling, maybe sit with these thoughts when you're not in an overwhelmed state, you know? But, uh, but yeah, just like try to think of things that you love or like really good memories with your husband, or you know what I mean, like, because I know that you can kind of your mind can take you into this rabbit hole, and it can really be very stressful. And so if there's and maybe even like, okay, so something as simple as like, okay, here's a good idea. Write a list of things that you look forward to, right? Like that when you wake up in the morning, like you're like, man, I can't wait for this part of my day. And if you have that list like readily available, you can just like go to that list and do whatever that is, right? It could be a cup of tea. It could be a walk down the street. It could be, you know, watching a movie. And these are simple things that are like easily accessible, right? Things that bring you joy. Write down a list of those things, and whenever you kind of come into these feelings or whatever it may be, it could be drawing, it could be writing, it could be singing, it could be dancing, it could be watching my videos, whatever it is, right? Then, because when you're highly activated, you don't think of those things, you're not thinking of those things. But if you have a list that is written with those things that you can go to, and you can be like, oh shit, I have tea and I have really good cream and I'm about to go, get me some tea, right? Or, oh shit, I forgot that, because when you're like really kind of highly activated like that, you don't think of that shit. You know what I mean? Like you just don't, you can't. And so, yeah, definitely, just a suggestion, you don't have to take it, but it might be really helpful. Okay, Rhoda, I did get your donation. Let's see. Did you? What's your question, lovely? Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's find the wound for Rhoda. What's the wound? What is it? Whoa, that came out pretty quickly. So obviously, Six of Cups, that's the past. Okay. Immediately, I'm feeling like it's like a mother wound. I'm going to get some more on it, but I really am getting this feeling of whether it be a specific scenario or a consistent feeling kind of left out type of energy. It's almost like, you know, and maybe it's not a mother, maybe it's just a feminine energy, one that you looked up towards. I'm really picking up on an energy of like maybe this person, Rhoda, you could have been like the older one or like the stronger one or the more independent one, right? And so it could have been an energy of where you know, you didn't need as much. You didn't need as much attention. You didn't need as much attending to. You didn't need, you know what I'm saying? And so you saw somebody else, maybe whether it be a sibling or cousins or just somebody in your life over time, maybe receive more of that than you. And it's just because, you know, whoever this is to you, kind of, I think they perceived you in this, you know, well, Rhoda doesn't need anything, you know what I mean? Like it's just, and they were very consumed with, you know, the other energies possibly, and that kind of put you on the back burner. And I just get this sense that that may be the wound, because although they maybe didn't necessarily have bad intentions with that, you still felt the little Rhoda felt neglected in ways, right? And that kind of over time developed a programming of, you know, kind of neglect and or you know, abandonment in some ways, and or just, you know, that you're not important, right? You don't need anything. Rhoda doesn't need anything from anybody because Rhoda can fucking do it all, right? Like, and you developed this programming, and so I think that it's affected you and kind of like sprouted out in many different ways here. So while it may seem very innocent because we can understand, well, yes, you know, I was a very independent child, and you know, whoever, they did need more attention. And I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be when you were a child, but like maybe just at a certain age you may have experienced something like this, right? And it's like, but that doesn't take, you still have needs. Sure, you may be further developed and you may, you know, have been, you know, super smart and super independent, you know, things like that. But you still deserve love and attention and nurturing and time and help. And you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is the root of it. I feel like this is where it's at. This, you know, again, we can understand all day long, but until little Rhoda understands, right? Because adult Rhoda is like, yeah, I get it, you know, especially if you've had kids since then, you kind of understand that. But little Rhoda, she's still confused and she's still waiting for help, and she's still waiting for somebody to recognize and see her, and not only just push her aside because she's just this fucking rock star, but acknowledge that shit, right? Like, and you know, give credit where credit is due. But yeah, again, I don't know, you know, it feels like, you know, this isn't necessarily you put it in your timeline where it fits, but yeah. Absolutely, Crystal. What are we at? 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. Okay, does anybody else want a free one? I'll give one more free away. Holly, it just depends. Honestly, where are you wanting to send it to? PayPal or Zelle, Cash App? I don't know. PayPal? Okay, so that one, let me double check, guys, because I'm terrible. I don't even know. I think it's CorieAdams7@gmail.com. Can anyone else confirm that? Let me just double check. Oh, I know. Sorry, I was like, where do I go to look real fast? Hey, Dom. Yeah, CorieAdams7@gmail.com for PayPal. Thank you. You got it, Dom. You'll be first on the list. Well, actually, we've been here for a little bit. But okay. Enlightened done. What would you like to know, my darling? Aw, thanks for being a Patreon member. I appreciate that, Gwen. You're always right on time. Just a general. It's hold on, don't remind me. I try to keep track of your guys' names that don't have your names on there. Is it, oh, I'm gonna feel real dumb if I'm wrong. Is it Katie? Catherine? Maybe not. Crystal, I agree, for sure. Christina, dang it, I was so close. It was okay. Dang it. All right. What does Christina need to know? Okay, so for some reason, Christina, I don't know if there's something about maybe some sort of, like, it may seem like disappointing news or some sort of like disappointment here, but for some reason, I feel like it's actually really good. It's like a redirection in some type of way. Yeah, with the justice and the temperance, like, it's almost like, you may experience like yeah, it's like a blessing in disguise. Okay, so something may initially feel like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, or like, something disappointing, or like, I don't know, just not what you expected, really, more so. But I feel like the way that, because then we have the Eight of Cups and then we have the Sun, so it's like, I just really kind of get this feeling that it's I feel like, not to say that it's necessarily rejection, but what it feels like is that saying that they say, like, that the rejection is protection. There's a situation that, like I said, may initially seem disappointing, but really I think in the end you're gonna like the way something turns out. Okay. So when you get that initial, like, whatever, you can look at it and be like, well, okay, so this is, you know, clearly something else is to come, or there's something, something else good is going to happen from this. Okay. I don't know if it's like a paper, or like if you get this news on some sort of paper, because notice there's like in these two cards, it's like flipping through papers, and she's got papers crumpled up or something, like, and she's very clearly disappointed here. But yeah, but then I feel like it quickly changes. We have this Eight of Cups with the Sun card. It's like, yeah, okay. Like I don't feel like you're going to be sitting in this energy for too awfully long. I think you're going to see, the kind of it's almost like you can foresee the rainbow after whatever this storm is, and I don't even think it doesn't even feel like a heavy storm. I don't even it doesn't feel like it's necessarily like life altering or anything like that. Just feels like simple redirection. All right, Dom, my darling, you shall be the last. You're welcome. So it's still good news. That's funny because I read your question, Dom, and then I had already cut the deck. We have the Seven of Swords and the Justice, right? That's that uncertainty of, is this the ego, right? Or is this really, yeah, that's so funny. Okay, all right, let's see. I personally, with all the work that you've done and over the years, like, the energy that I picked up on from you, I feel like it's certainly not an ego thing. I feel like you have been chosen to break generational cycles and curses and things like that. And I feel like you've been doing the work. And so that makes me feel like, yes, it is in the divine plan and in the blueprint to be in that position here. Yeah, the Two of Wands. That makes me feel like that's not ego. That is your intuition. Notice how she's like, she's, looking into the magic ball, right? She's got her wand. Actually, it looks like she's got a sword and a wand, but it feels like it's more so intuition rather than ego here, okay? And, with this Five of Cups in this tower, or the Five of Pentacles with the tower at the bottom of the deck, it's like, me, the matriarch, yes. Because you are the one doing the work to save the bloodline. So yes, it may not look like it right now, right? But we don't know what the next 10 years is going to bring. You know what I mean? And I feel like even, in a year, there's a lot of change that comes and things like that. So do not look at your current situation and make some sort of cast some sort of judgment on, and some sort of expectation because, no, maybe you're not where you need to be right now in order to kind of, supposedly fulfill that position or whatever it is. No, but you're on your way, right? So, yeah. definitely not the ego, love. It's definitely not the ego. It's the healing. I get that, Dom. I get it. I totally get it. 100%. But it's, it's about like rewriting, and who knows, maybe when they're saying your family, maybe it's a family that you make on your own, completely not associated with, you know what I mean? It's like you just take your bloodline and you have broken a bunch of generational curses and you become the matriarch of your own little family, right? And like, and then it grows from there, right? The bloodline goes from there. You see what I'm saying? So it may not look exactly as what our human minds wants to like put on that, you know what I mean? But I do feel like definitely it's the healing work, you know what I mean, that is going to be putting you in a position, right? The one that is breaking the generational curses and things like that, okay? That is the real matriarch. Oh, Holly, you're sweet. I'm proud of you, Dom. You can do it. And don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, right? Like, just keep moving forward as you have been. And, keep breaking those curses. Keep healing yourself. Keep doing the dang thing. And, yeah, it'll work out great. And you'll be in that position when you're meant to be in that position. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just one foot in front of the other, one day after the next. Rome wasn't built in a day, and, yeah. But anyways, guys, I need to jump. I've got to get these kiddos home from school and get the evening stuff kind of rolling. But hey, thanks for hanging out with me, all of you. Thanks for donating. Thanks for, if you didn't donate, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for, whatever. Just thanks. I just love you. I just love you so much. All of you. All of yins. I will definitely tell the kids that you guys say hello. Your mom always said that Rome was built in a day. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I feel like that's a lot of pressure, right? Granted, there was a lot of people. If that's the case, there was a lot of people that oh, I was gonna say a lot of people that were helping too, right? Keep that in mind also. All right, guys. Yep, I'm gonna go. Sorry. Distracted here. It did take a while. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I could be wrong. I don't claim to know everything because I certainly do not. Ah. But anyways, guys. Ah. All right, guys. Listen, I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Um, and I'll see you when I see you. If you can go back and re-listen to the trauma spotting, any of the trauma spotting videos that I have on here. They will work just the same even if we are not live. Okay, so just letting you know. Also, if you did already participate, don't forget, drink lots of water, and if you feel like you need to get some rest, allow yourself to do so if you can. Okay, so good job, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And we'll talk later. Water is so good.